Hey everybody, Ryan from RyanTravels.com here, and today we're going to the Egyptian National Museum. So come on, let's go. Before we head off to the museum all willy-nilly, let's first take the time to soak in a bit of info. The very first Egyptian Museum of Antiquities opened in 1835. It was a smallish building located near the Isbakia Gardens. You know, here. Anyway, as more and more people began finding more and more stuff to cram into this museum, the Egyptian government realized they would soon need to find some other place to display all of their stuff. So they gave all the stuff to this Austrian guy named Archduke Maximilian. He hired a French designer to build a brand new Egyptian museum down by the Nile. But alas, it was damaged badly by floodwater before it could be opened, and they had to move everything to a new location in Giza. You know, right here. Eventually, all of the stuff was moved to its current location in Tahrir in 1902.
Here we are at the Egyptian Museum. Giant pink building. It's huge. Absolutely giant. Kind of a salmon color. I guess it's not really pink. Anyway, fountain outside. The city around Cairo, one of the largest metropolitan areas in the whole world. I'm standing out here while Henry's exchanging his camera. You're not allowed to bring cameras in, but you are allowed to bring phones in. Adios.
Yeah, taking pictures inside the Egyptian Museum is rather tricky. You're not allowed to bring any cameras in whatsoever. And if you're caught taking pictures with your phone, well, then they'll take it away. I got lucky. I was caught. However, they allowed me to keep all of my covert recording equipment as long as I promised not to take any more pictures. So this is the stuff that I got. I was caught in the mummy room, and unfortunately the picture that I did try to take in there didn't turn out very well. But you guys know what mummies look like. No, I know. I'm disappointed too. Anyway, the Egyptian National Museum is 2 floors of public access stuff, and it's arranged in a way that you can go through time, starting with the oldest stuff, and you make a circle around the museum, and you start with Old Dynasty, and then you go to Middle Kingdom, and then you go to the Greco-Roman period, and then you can go up to the second level, where all of King Tut's stuff is, sans the one sarcophagus that he is still in the Valley of the Kings. Yeah, King Tut is still in his resting place in the Valley of the Kings. Anyway, it's an absolutely beautiful museum, and hopefully these pictures are doing it some justice. I couldn't recommend this place enough. It's fantastic. You could spend days here. Even the few pictures that I got, if I were to have had a real camera in there and been allowed to take as many photos as I could, well, I couldn't have done it justice anyway. Check out the Egyptian National Museum of Antiquities. It is fantastic. Go there. Go. Book your flight. Go now.
Alright, here we are outside of the Egyptian National Museum, which is just outside of Tahrir. You can tell because of, this dilapidated building up here that has been burned. So yeah, we're right in Tahrir. This giant pink building I'm standing next to, really close to, is the Egyptian Museum. And they've just got all this stuff that's just laying out here. These are a whole bunch more, grave things, sarcophagi that are just out here. You can crawl on them if you want. You're not supposed to, but heck, you can. And these are actually things that they dug out of tombs. So that's pretty cool. They've also added this section over here, which is going to be like restaurants and stuff of that nature. So I'm glad they're not done with that yet. They would have sucked us in for sure. Hi, Henry.
Hey Ryan, and everyone out there.
Everyone out there on the internet.
Everyone out there on the internet.
So yeah, what'd you think of the Egyptian Museum?
I thought it was pretty interesting. It was, it's quite big.
Yeah,
It was only
it's-
2 stories, but it was very wide, and there were actually a lot of tourists there still, even on a Friday morning and after the revolution. But saw a lot of cool stuff. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed coming with such an expert like Ryan.
yeah, I know like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are. Look at that gooey Egyptian sky, by the way. There's the Ritz-Carlton, the Nile Ritz-Carlton. Like perpetually under construction. Nice little area out here. It's just a fun place to visit. It really is. It doesn't cost too much to come. It costs us $20, less than $20 for the whole thing, including the mummy room. Yeah. We're gonna go explore a little bit more, find some more things to do. Adios, everybody.
Now, you may be asking yourselves, if this place is located in the middle of Tahrir, how come there hasn't been substantial damage to the stuff inside? Well, there was. There was a good deal of damage, as the following pictures from Al Jazeera will show. I'd like to point out that there was no evidence of any damage while I went to the museum on this particular trip. All of the damage was done years ago during the height of the rioting, so there really was nothing badly damaged or missing in this museum of any note. Everything was in its place, and things that were missing were labeled as being sent off to other museums elsewhere around the world, as the stuff often is here at the museum. So, yeah, right now it's been a very safe and good place to go as a tourist, as Henry pointed out earlier. There were still plenty of tourists at the museum, even though all the stuff is still going on in Tahrir. So check it out. It's an awesome place to visit.